Guys, scans have been done around and underneath the Hawara Pyramid in Egypt, and you need to see what they've found. Right, let me bring you up to speed. You've probably heard of the Lost Labyrinth of Egypt, which is supposedly underground and around the Hawara Pyramid in Egypt, or what's left of it. And we know that in 2008, the Matterhorn expedition went out and LiDAR scanned the ground all the way around the Hawara Pyramid and the area, and they found results consistent with reports from the 5th century BC when Herodotus went to visit the site, and he personally saw 3,000 chambers of this amazing Egyptian labyrinth. Now, the LiDAR scanning wasn't conclusive, but it was showing what they thought was meter-thick granite walls. What they thought previously was a granite foundation for the labyrinth turns out probably the granite ceiling. And it goes down way deeper. But it gets better. It gets better than these scans. I'm talking about new stuff. So in a nutshell, you can now scan deep underground using space satellites. I'm not entirely up to speed with how this works and also why this is not being done everywhere. But look what they found. Not one, but two distinct levels of the underground labyrinth outside Hawara, and it's freaking phenomenal. The first level, found 18 meters below ground, has 31 chambers. 3 of them are bigger than Olympic-sized swimming pools. For size reference, that means you could fit a Boeing 737 in this underground labyrinth chamber. Now, there is a separate maze of chambers found at 40 meters below ground level, which has 32 chambers, 3 of which also are bigger than an Olympic-sized swimming pool. What were they doing? Also, the tunnel and passageway system between all of these chambers is over 1.8 kilometers long. Now, here's where things start to get a bit more mysterious. When measuring the alignment, the angle of where the underground labyrinth is aligned to compared to the Hawara Pyramid above, they don't match. They don't seem to be cohesively in sync with each other. As in, the pyramid and the labyrinth are 25 degrees on the wonk, which implies that they weren't originally designed to be featured together, and that the pyramid was possibly made a lot later than the original underground chambers. So when were they made? Now, what we do know is that these scans seem to confirm exactly what Herodotus described in the 5th century when he went visiting, because in the very end of the dynastic Egyptian times, the upper part of the first level, above ground part of the labyrinth was open to visitors because he visited and had a lovely little tour around, but they told him that he was not allowed to visit the underground, so he had to take it on a good faith, the description of what was going on there. And he said that they are, and here we're quoting Herodotus, there are double sets of chambers, which we've seen on the scans, 3,000 altogether, 1,500 above and the same number underground. We haven't found 3,000, but maybe they were built up into smaller sections back then. We don't know. We ourselves have viewed that those that are above, and we speak of what we have seen, but we've learned through conversation about the underground chambers. The Egyptian caretakers would by no means show them to us, as they were, as they said, the burial vaults of the kings who first built this labyrinth. Interesting choice of words that Herodotus used, that not the kings that built the labyrinth, the kings who first built the labyrinth. For me, that could imply that there were stages in this construction, levels. It's something that has been developed over time, and he was referring to the first builders, but if there's a first, there's got to be other ones, right? Now, sadly, every bit of the visible above ground part of the labyrinth has entirely disappeared, because after the fall of the dynastic Egyptians, the Arab settlers came and recycled pretty much the whole site. There was a village that outside Hawara, which was known as a stonemason's village, because people were coming and just chipping off whatever they wanted and repurposing it into other buildings, other structures. So what's mad is that around the world today, there are probably structures that have parts and bits of jigsaw pieces of the lost labyrinth of Egypt, and they don't even know, which absolutely breaks my heart. However, with the new satellite scans, it shows that the chambers below ground are still very much there. So we really need to like get some spades and sort this out, because we're on a time limit, because the whole area where Hawara is the groundwater is slowly rising and it's slowly being flooded. Because in the 70s, they built a dam which changed the whole underground water table. And the water table is rising in El Fayum, which is the area that it is, which is great for crops and growing stuff, but it's bad for literally drowning the lost labyrinth and anything architectural that's been lost underground. So we need to act fast if we are ever going to see again in this civilization what the labyrinth look like. So petition to start digging ASAP. Thank you.